fourth round, guys, potentially the last. We will let you know, because our winner from the last game, Paul McAvoy, is playing Liam. If Paul McAvoy wins, that will be only him as the XO, so we won't go to 5. If not, though, we will be having round 5. In the meantime, we have got Kiddie on the left, Mono Fire, against a crowd favourite, Mr. Chef Dan Preston, Icewind. Let the man cook. Let's go.
I'm very interested to see Kiddie's deck here. I've not really witnessed much Mono Fire myself.
I witnessed it last week and it hurts, I'll tell you that. But we are going straight in with the
two Culinarians.
Yeah, and you had to pay for both. So
you hate to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a problem, because you just want to get your backups down ready for Mont later. So Preston, on the other hand, though, straight in with an Atomos. So that's cast 1. I don't think we need to track the cast yet, but
not just yet. This is. I fear this is going to be a very back and forth game.
Yeah. Also, welcome. Try winning. It looks like there's a bit of jank over your comment. Saying that you want to get into green stuff. I'll say stuff, and be nice.
Oh, they're on about a Tonberry. Little green thing with the kitchen knife.
All right. So Tonberries are your mono waters. Check out our game that Nia played earlier, because she used those to great effect. But if you like green stuff, if you want a sort of heavy sort of... I'm not sure if you say control or mid-range with this, but check out Preston's Icewind, because this thing is pretty much a doozy.
He's been doing very well with this, and in all fairness to him, it's dropped off a little bit since his golden time of Opus 19, Opus 20, and he has fine-tuned this to the point that he went to Europeans with it and did extremely well.
Yeah, so we have gone for cast 2, second cast being Sid.
Down with Izana.
Yeah, free Izana off of the trigger.
Searching a bounce chocobo, I would imagine.
Now the thing is that Sid Hayes will get the dull and freeze when he moves to combat. So unless Kiddie has something to stop that before move to combat, which I doubt, because he went, with the 3 backups.
I say the bounce chocobo, I completely forget that Izana can also go for the backups.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those backups is Chocolate. Now, so Kiddie 2 backups down. He needs to deal with this Sid Hayes, otherwise this could get out of hand pretty quickly. What does Kiddie have up his sleeve? I know he does play things like Goblin.
A ward, potentially, but I see one in break zone there.
Yeah, ward, Tyvus.
And there's another ward anyway.
Boom, that'll do the job. 7k from the ward. And you were asking earlier how relevant that's going to be. I think for a while. So, especially when it's an EX burst, deals 7.
It's strange, you read the card and it feels like such a small number, but with all the aggro swimming about at the moment, Ward just puts in the work.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Wind does play, obviously, the Zidane we saw discarded earlier, and in theory, Preston could steal a lot of good stuff, because there's a lot of just straight up damage that you can steal.
Been hearing the stories from Preston today about what he's stolen with that Zidane, and honestly, it is dirty.
Yeah, nothing says Wind quite like, I'm not only going to play with my 50 cards, but I'm going to play with yours as well.
So playing the Lulu to get the Chocobo, you play that and then you get the Atomos trigger.
Yeah, it's going to be your cast 2. Here we go. Chocobo again, set the ward to 5k.
And
on the stack, we're going to go Moogle S effect, so search for a card as well.
Okay. Do you do the search or the Chocobo first, or would this be Preston's choice?
Yeah, no, he put the Moogle on top of the stack, so it is his choice.
There is another Sid Hayes.
So he's going to be hoping to hit an ice card here. He's going to hopefully offer the cut, because we don't want to be called for any shenanigans around here.
Chocobo is the top 3 or top 5?
Top 3. And he hits ICP straight away.
We've got the Riku. And a Nagmalada.
Yeah. Now, he could get his Every from the Nagmalada, but you also don't want to really get rid of your Sid Hayes. We've already lost one, and this deck does not have anything to be able to like recur that. So, I mean, do you just play the Sid Haze and don't freeze?
I think you tap the Moogle and discard for the Sid Haze and leave the Chocolate up for the item counter.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not entirely sure though. He has set the ward to 5, I would assume, with the Chocobo cast. Did he do the Chocobo? Oh, he did, yeah, of course. That's how we got the Riku. So, what is he thinking yet? No,
there we go.
So
playing the Sid Haze.
Sid Haze is back. The H with all the text on it. So attempt to move to combat. Gets to dull freeze a couple, going after the backups again. You don't really need to party attack here, unless you.
I think you swing Izana. Do you swing the Lulu and threaten the trade, or do you think Lulu's too valuable?
I think Kiddie would probably take that block because the Lulu is going to do a lot more harm than good if it sticks around.
Yep.
And obviously, but at the same time, do you want it to die and then be able to get back another summon if he plays another one? You know?
I mean, I think if Kiddie really wanted to break the Lulu as well, it's not hard for Monofire.
Exactly, it's 5k, and you know what's pretty big though is that damage for Kiddie is a Goblin gone. Now that Goblin is really nasty to deal with because they just sit there until the time is right. But,
and there's a Brunhilde going in with the Tavas.
Now, Tyrus is going to get the search. Funny enough, like obviously we're talking about getting rid of the Lulu. Gave up the Brunhilde for it. But instead, we're going to go in with the Firion here. The Firion's going to get played for free off of the Tyrus.
You see, I'll be interested to see how this works. I've got to admit, I've never been a massive fan of this card. I think I'm one of the only ones, but...
I'm also not a fan, but it gets you to draw cards in an element that doesn't necessarily draw cards. And now... Oh, what a play from Kiddie there.
Wow.
Kiddie playing the new... Is it Cymru?
Yes.
Cymru FFBE,
You can discard... you can tap her and discard 3 to deal 10k to 2 things. Yeah. I think once per turn you can play something from the break zone, which...
But the biggest thing is that you can, pay 0, pick something, play it from the break zone, and he picks the new Ject, which was one of our spoilers, which he can play for 1 less for each fire character, so he gets to play it for free.
Wow,
Huge.
It's not 2 as well, it's still 10,000 to all of the forwards the opponent controls.
Yeah.
That is massive for Monofire.
Yeah, now that's going to be a Chocobo on the Izana, I believe he got back there. Gets a draw and to play it against. He's going to probably cast 1. Play Izana again.
Searching for...
I mean, another Chocobo summon isn't terrible.
Depends what is in hand. I mean, I don't know if Preston is running Luso for a potential loop.
He would be, absolutely. Also, he does have access to Ace in the LB deck, but it's not going to be enough to clear the board at the moment. It looks like Kiddie's obviously empty-handed. The thing is, as well, is that he can pay 0 to use the Cymru FFB effect even in your opponent's turn. So that Brunhilde that's in the deck, in the break zone, is accessible.
Tapping the Sid to play the Chocobo. So what would Preston be looking for here? What would get him out of this?
I mean, realistically, just potentially digging for a Luso might help, but I don't know if he's going to get to 12.
You picked a lock, yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be able to play it, though. That is the problem.
What would he be at now? Was that his first or second cast? That was his second.
That would be his second.
So, lock is -2 for every cast?
Correct. But he needs still the ICP unless he can get it to 0.
Dryad and a Tyvus.
That'll kill the Tyvus off.
We're sifting through, I think, for the ICP from drawing off of the Dryad. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he have enough?
It's got to be wind cards. He does have enough, but
He's just sifting out what he wants to keep.
yeah, and I think that's
And I think that's it. Yep.
yeah.
There we go.
So kept the Moogle, Sid Hayes, and obviously the Uke in the break zone because you can't use the Uke.
Missed what you drew there. There's cast 3. Cast. Why would that be cast 4?
Izana, Chocobo,
Triad.
Dryad.
Should I be running over?
Have I missed one there?
I'm going to run over and find
just
out.
double check. I don't think that is 4th cast. We'll just send Taylor over just in case it does make a difference because obviously, just to be safe. Because again, if by some miracle we get to a Rosa or to a Luso, oh yeah, no, you might be right. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so thank you, Kanara, for that one. I'm glad you're paying attention because my colleague in the booth is supposed to be while I'm doing stuff.
Get out of here. You are more experienced at this than I am.
I'm doing things, you know.
I'm entertaining.
Sure.
Sure.
In the meantime, though, we're gonna play the Victoria from LB. Get rid of the Mimu FFB. Absolutely the good call there from Dan Preston, because that thing left alone could go a bit wild. Firion going in, hitting the
lock, ouch.
Culinarian for free. And there's the goblin.
There's a goblin.
Yep,
there we go.
Here we go. So Goblin going to search for another goblin. Sadly, the one went for damage, but I'm sure he's playing the hasty ones as well. So he will be able to search for more.
I think what's scary about this deck from what I've seen is it ramps up really well, and even if it dies off, Mont Leonis is just such a great card to just pick it back up from nowhere.
Yeah, and do you know what I really love here is that Kiddie has now gone into the Princess Goblin backup, which got him Citra. Citra, one of the new cards in the set, absolutely awesome. Play a summon from your deck, just by removing some cards from Break Zone, and a minus 2k power reduction on that, so that's pretty big. Preston kind of aching for a Sid Hayes, but even if he gets one, it's not going to stick around for very long. He still has Lulu for the sort of power reductions, but I mean, really, Jacked is your only real target there, but then you don't want Kiddie playing another one, so...
Citra a forward or a backup? It's not a card I've come across yet.
So as a forward, yeah, let's
pop it up.
Show you and the folks at home, because it is a really good card, in my opinion. So, as I said, when you cast a summon, choose a forward, loses 2,000 power. When she enters, though, remove 5 cards from your break zone. If they're all the same element, pick a summon of 3 or less in your deck and just cast it.
Wow.
Yeah, without paying the cost. So, that does obviously leave things like the, is it the 1 cost Ifrit? Choose 1, deal 5, choose 1, deal 5. Yeah. Pretty massive. Obviously things like Brynhilda, potential draw from that as well, and it's hitting a 7k now instead of a 5k.
Why is that hitting?
Because Citra reduced it by 2.
Okay, yeah.
See, so it's a pretty nice little combination for Fire to get into. So absolutely love the search there by Kiddie.
So one thing that I've not seen Kiddie come across, which I thought was quite a staple for Mono 5, but correct me if I'm wrong, that 1 forward from a set or 2 ago that increases all damage by fire cards by 2,000.
Oh, Leftia.
Yeah,
I think he's playing that as well. To be honest, though, he doesn't really need it because you usually got things like Goblin to finish stuff off.
Yeah.
But
especially with the new Zac now, I guess, as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's playing that one, but I know at the very least Preston going in with the Azura, getting back the Moogle for the S effect. Now, what do we search for is the question. Maybe a Rosa here, but it costing 3 might be kind of painful.
And I don't think you're going to get the casts off for it either.
I mean, even if you just get to 3 and reactivate your backups could be enough. You don't always have to aim to get to 5.
The thing is as somebody who used to play mono wind quite a lot, I have seen and I have managed to get a Luso loop with 2-3 cards in hand, but most of the time it is pure luck by drawing into things like a Sura that can just reactivate everything and just keep your CP flowing.
Yeah. Now, funnily enough, we have a Citra of our own from Dan Preston.
Getting rid of 5.
Oof, this is tight though because he removed the 10 for the Dryad earlier. And I'm not sure the Azura is the right choice because in theory you could be getting those back later.
Yep.
But he's put a Luso in the bin as well.
I would have kept the Azura there, especially.
So that is now cast 2. So I think we've got an Atmos trigger here as well. We're going to set the Jack to 5. Get the Azura, get the Luso. Now that cast, so that's technically cast 3, I believe.
So we've had the...
Oh, so no, we're up to 4 technically now, yeah, because the Citra counts as well. It does get a 3 or less. This Citra, man, this is a loop that Preston was trying to get working, obviously, in conjunction with the Lulu, and it might actually pay off here. Because obviously Citra will set something -2, but you can set it to 5 first, so leaving it at 3k if you stack it correctly.
Storm player is cooked. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen Preston in action with this deck. He's gone to Europeans, and the things that I've seen this man come back from, he's an exceptional player, and I don't think there's many people here that are better than Preston when it comes to Storm.
Yeah, so he's chosen Alexander off the Citra effect. Going to be able to draw 2 off of this because obviously he's on cast 4 now.
Trying to get that cast up.
I mean, the problem is you're not going to get back to the Luso to be able to do that anyway. Because he needs an Azura for that, and I think that was what he was originally planning for. But I'm very surprised he's not going after the Firion, because even if it doesn't die, you're making him discard cards. But so
I think Firion's the only choice as well. I mean, Jet and Ward, they're down now. They're a little bit dead. They're not doing much.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to draw 2. I mean, in theory, you could just put the -2k on the Firion and just make something else 5. That's not really a problem.
Tapping Chocolate, and we are playing a Choco Mog.
Let's search for another Mog. I mean, in theory here, we could go with another Moogle.
We're going for a Stokeskin. Find the Evray. Not sure right now if that's what he really needs.
It does help his potential cast count later. But it's another summon, so it looks like we've killed off the Jack using the sort of Citra Lulu combination. Oh, we're going after just the Ice Moogle backer.
I'm not sure what I prefer seeing here. The Citra with Mono Wind with the amount that it can play and just slowly eating at it, or seeing it with Mono Fire where it basically makes everything 2,000 more.
Yeah, it's I think in combination with like Brynhilda, where it can just kill a 7k, get you a draw is nasty. Like, and again,
you're putting a bit more work with Wind for Citra, I feel, than you are Fire.
Yeah, I kind of agree. And it's a deck that doesn't get to draw as much usually in Fire, and now obviously we're seeing things like Firion getting played for free, get the Goblins, get the Citra and things like that. So I think Fire's in a really good spot at the moment, I think, and Kiddie's deck is really mean. Now we have 11 minutes on the clock of the round left. Mont Leonis is technically live.
It is, yeah.
And we have obviously the Jacks we can play. There's a lot that Kiddie can do. he really doesn't mind.
Can jet be played? Because it's a 5 and a 3, isn't it? Jet 6.
I thought it was 5 or less. Yeah, you're right. So no, Jack is out. But he's got the ward now. He's taking the block, so he's probably thinking that the Mont could target this if need be. But Kiddie, even though he's behind in damage, is not really behind.
He's got a great board state right now, and as Ron Plays Games has mentioned, he's got his board ready for a live Mont Leonis as well.
Yeah. Now Preston is really hurting here though, because he doesn't have his ICP in the backup line. He's obviously lost a couple Sid Hayes already. Cymru is probably one of his targets, I would agree, that does get played back there. Rom, that from break, like, why wouldn't you? Because in theory you could get your hands binned out here and then use the Cymru FFB effect. So
if you don't mind, I'm going to go check on Liam and Paul's game, see how that's going.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, guys, again, just for us to be able to determine if there's going to be a 5th round, does boil down to our other game just to the right, Paul McAvoy versus Liam Jones. If Paul McAvoy wins, there will not be a round 5. If he loses, there will be. But, as we said, here comes the big bad Mont. I think we're getting the full Monty here, guys. If I could search for the right Mont, I'd be dangerous, though. Here we go. So, absolutely, we have got the Tyrus and the Cymru FFB coming in off of that. Now, we do have to remember to sacrifice a couple backups here. Well, I say a couple, put one, but Preston just trying to help out so he knows how dead he's going to be to certain things. Gets Yuzuki off the Tyrus search.
Taylor, can you put my score in? Connor 176.
Have we missed that trigger there for the backup? I think we have. Oh, no, Culinarian's gone. Yep, sorry. Behind my mic, so I couldn't even see it. So, Fearing come in. Let's draw. Damage 3 for Preston. Not going to take... Oh, no, he's changed his mind. The thing is, you block this, it just takes that, a little bit more. And he hits Izzadane. That's probably a nice hit. Tyrus coming in. I didn't think that had haste. Oh, wait, no, sorry. I forget. Mont gives haste. Because Mont is a bit of a... Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what's going on with Paul's and Liam's game. It's very held back. Liam's currently got 3 backups. Paul's doing the usual knight shenanigan of having 4 knights on the field, but he just hit into an Albus that broke his Ramza. So
hang on, he had knights out?
Yeah, Paul's playing knights.
No, he's on Gigawall.
No, he is. So that means the first game's done.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not on the... I checked the screen to see, but it's not there, so I don't know who won out of the 2.
Yeah. So, Cymru FFBE effect, because obviously it has the haste, deals 7 to all... deals 10 to the board. Goodbye, Preston's board. He is in real trouble now.
You know what? Love me or hate me for it. I'm very tempted to pop this Cymru into my soiree list.
I don't think soiree gets to 0 in hand enough, though. A thought of that did cross my mind at one point, but yeah. I don't think you ever get to 0 in hand easy enough to be able to play that. Especially with like it coming back in off the Mont, giving it haste and stuff. I think that's why it's so valuable in fire. But Kiddie in absolute control now. I don't think Preston's coming back from this, even with a
Luso loop.
Yeah, I mean you've got Yuzuki on the board, so that's gonna nullify the majority of that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Preston is just cooked here. It was called earlier by Rom.
Rom plays games, is it?
Romy plays games. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Rom because, well, I'm lazy.
This comes to Sid Hayes.
We still have a Sid Hayes to play.
Playing a Moogle, untapping 2, and then you draw.
The chocolate.
But I don't think it's enough.
No.
Is this a handshake just yet? Or am I being a little too hasty?
No, I think there's no way. I mean, I've seen.
So Norstan, I think this is a handshake.
I mean, we still have an LB available, but it's not gonna be enough. I suppose you could play Victoria. I don't, because Kiddie has nothing in hand. If you could play another Victoria, you could. Oh no, you can't because of the Yuzuki. No, I think he's cooked.
Yeah.
I mean, you could freeze the Minwoo.
Play the Surges.
And that is what he's doing.
I mean, is there any point in freezing Minwoo?
It's 10.
Kiddie's not got a hand, though, and you need to discard 3.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
I think you freeze the Furion, don't you?
It wouldn't matter, because if he pulls any sort of water card, like another Yuzuki...
Does it reactivate?
It does. I'm not sure what the card count or colour count is for Kiddie with the water cards, but...
I need to start reading up more on cards that I just dislike, such as Furion.
Yeah, Furion is one that I want to like, but I'm not sure on it at the moment. But we've done a Frozen 3, so potentially Preston still has another turn in this.
He does, but he's very much on the back burner at this point.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Like, he would need a miracle of like God cards and draws and top decks to be able to get back into this, I think.
No cards in hand. There's at least 2 Lusos gone.
Now he's thinking of attacking with the
Atoms.
I don't think you bother because you don't have any cards in hand. You can't really go off any further. I think you just have to pass turn and wait. Potentially you've got a third blocker there.
I'm not sure. It's a tough one because Luso's doing nothing at the moment because of Yuzuki. So you could trade with the Yuzuki and reactivate everything. But then at that point, you will have 2 cards in hand and no form of reactivation next turn for the loop anyway.
Well, Preston's decided against it. He is going in with this thing, and he hits the
Kiddie is
Furion.
allowing it.
Oof.
Okay.
And that Furion could have been real nasty to hit the thing. I think he's just playing the Victoria just for an extra blocker. I believe it's going to be. Oh, well, it won't be 10k because he's about to draw, but again, keeping that Minwoo FFB down is actually probably really good now because if Kiddie could get rid of these, or wait to draw and then, it's a free Morg off the top though. Is
that a foil choker? Something I really want to get hold of but cannot find for level money.
Good luck. It's like a golden chicken egg.
It is.
Rare and non-existent. Or a unicorn. Whatever you like.
So Nia's after my foil Reigns, the 5-cost one, and I'm so reluctant to trade them because they're also like golden hens as well.
Yeah. So Kiddie going in with
a little Leela.
Yeah, I'm shocked here. I'm guessing he's just wanting just another one to potentially give haste and remove something on attack, perhaps.
I mean, Preston's not board wiping Kiddie at this point. Just apply the pressure, add more forwards, just reinforce that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, guys, we are down to literally 2 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock before round, but you gotta think that Kiddie might have this. Oh, wow. Kanara saying they've just pulled a foil Chocobo from the box at Winter Cup. Gutted. Good. You don't want to give him to Taylor anyway. He doesn't deserve him.
I couldn't believe it when Jacob asked me to trade packs and I said no, and the pack he wanted to trade had a full art Kusith in it.
More fool you. But doesn't matter now. I think this is over.
It's over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Damage
well
done
done,
early.
Kiddie.
Yeah, really well played game. Didn't really... Oh, wrong way for the damage. Didn't really let Preston get set up.
Preston did all that he could do, though, there. It's just... I think Mono Fire just is so strong.
Yeah, absolutely in a great place at the moment, guys.